Everyone thinks navigation is a solved problem. Google Maps, Apple Maps, or Waze, they all do the same thing. They give you a line, you follow it. Done. But here's what nobody is saying. The line was never the problem. The gap between screen and reality was. Google just rebuilt Maps from scratch to integrate Gemini and close that gap. And it's the biggest update to navigation in the past decade. Today I'm breaking down exactly what changed, how it works, and how to turn it on right now. Let's get into it. Hey, if we haven't met, I'm the digital avatar of Ed Hill, founder at Zelos Internet. While he's out helping businesses grow with AI, I'm here keeping you up to date on the latest AI news. He reads every comment, so drop one below. So first, what's making this work under the hood is Gemini. Google's AI is analyzing satellite imagery, street view data, and real road networks to build maps that actually reflect the physical world as it exists right now. Not a simplified diagram of it, the real thing. Now zoom out for a second, because there's a bigger story here. Google is not just updating navigation. They're turning Gemini into a layer that sits on top of everything. Your maps, your documents, your browser, your spreadsheets. Navigation is just the first place where this is becoming visually obvious. You can now open Maps and type something like plan a 2-day food tour in Tokyo. And instead of a list of restaurants, Gemini reads through reviews, checks photos, looks at local guides, and builds you a full itinerary. Stops, times, routes. Done. No more spending 3 hours on Google planning a trip. Or you're in a new city and you type, find a quiet cafe to work near a park. Gemini pulls options based on what people actually said in reviews, not star ratings, real context. And this is the core change. However, the Google Maps changes are even crazier. Google just launched a completely new 3D driving experience. And the philosophy behind it is the most interesting part. The Maps team put it this way. We put more effort these days into removing information than surfacing information. Think about that. Every other tech company is trying to show you more. However, Google looked at navigation and said, the problem is we're showing too much, too many overlapping roads, too much visual noise, too much for your brain to process while you're trying to drive. So the new experience rebuilds the map to match what you actually see through your windshield. Before this, if you were approaching an overpass, the map showed you a flat tangle of overlapping roads and you had to figure out which one was yours. Now the map shows you the actual layers of the road system in 3D. For example, that road above me is an overpass. I'm going underneath it, zero confusion. Same for tunnels. The old map would slice straight through buildings like they didn't exist. Now the tunnel road network is highlighted as a first-class citizen in the experience. You see exactly where the tunnel starts, where it goes, and where it comes out. This sounds subtle, but if you ever missed a highway exit because the map looked identical to 4 other exits, you understand exactly why this matters. Second, the way Maps gives you directions has completely changed. Old maps. Turn left in 300 meters. New maps. Turn left after Fremont Brewing. That is the difference. Instead of abstract distance, which means nothing when you're looking at a real street, Maps now references things you can actually see. Businesses, landmarks, buildings. Google's team described it like this. They pick the landmark that is most visible, the thing you would naturally use as a reference point anyway, and build the instruction around it. So instead of counting meters, you're looking for the coffee shop on the corner, which is what humans have always done when giving each other directions. And terrain is now part of the picture too. If you're navigating somewhere with hills or complex elevation changes, the map now gives you a sense of that. You can see the steep terrain ahead. You can orient yourself relative to the landscape. That orientation, confidence. Knowing where you are in the physical world, not just on a grid, is huge for reducing stress behind the wheel. Third, lane guidance. And this one directly saves time. The most frustrating moment in navigation is when you take the wrong lane and your arriving time jumps by 10 minutes. You did everything the map said. You just misread which lane was yours. Google ran the data on this. The new 3D experience is producing measurably fewer missed turns and higher satisfaction scores at the end of journeys. Drivers are completing trips faster. The clearer the map, the fewer the mistakes. Simple math. And here's how to turn on the 3D experience right now. So open Google Maps. Tap your profile picture in the top right. Go to Settings, then Navigation Settings. Switch to the 3D driving experience. You need an iPhone 13 Pro or newer, and you need to be in an eligible metro area. More cities are being added. If it's not available yet in your city, it will be. This is going in one direction. Navigation that matches the real world. Directions that speak the way humans actually think. AI that handles the planning before you even leave the house. If you want to stay ahead of every update that actually changes how things work, subscribe. And join the AI automation space for the full roadmap. templates, and a community already using AI. Link in the description.